por la mañana en Punta del Diablo.
Once upon a time, in the land that would become Uruguay, the Chua and Guani people roamed the plains like they were auditioning for a survival reality show. They practiced hunting and gathering, but sadly, their population took a nosedive after European explorers arrived and brought along their germs and swords. Talk about an unwelcome surprise party. Speaking of surprises, it was the 1500s when European explorers like Juan Diaz de Solís decided to crash the indigenous party in search of gold. Spoiler alert, they didn't find a treasure chest, but instead a recipe for disaster, as their gold rush led to the decline of native communities. Who knew that searching for riches could turn into a game of, let's disrupt everything? Fast forward to the colonial period, and now we've got Jesuit and Franciscan missions popping up like mushrooms after rain. These folks brought along their influences, which totally spiced up the local culture. And let's not forget about the surplus of cattle and horses. Uruguay's agricultural identity suddenly became the cowboys' playground. Today, Uruguay flexes its economic muscles with a cattle industry that's as strong as a superhero on a protein diet. With a GDP of a whopping 72 billion, it's no wonder that in 2018, the country produced 589,000 tons of beef. That's enough steak to throw a barbecue that could feed an army, or at least a very hungry family reunion. Speaking of meat-loving armies, the people of Uruguay are incredibly educated, with over 90% living in urban areas. The capital, Montevideo, is like the cool kid in school, housing more than half the population. If cities were families, Montevideo would definitely be the overachieving teenager, showing off its report card. And what's that fluttering in the breeze? It's Uruguay's national flag. With 9 horizontal stripes and the golden sun of May, it tells a story of struggle and independence. It's like the country's very own superhero cape, symbolizing the fight for freedom and those many sleepless nights dreaming about being free from colonial rules. Now, let's talk about the weather. Uruguay's average annual temperature is a comfortable 18 degrees Celsius, perfect for outdoor family picnics. But hold on, some regions experience record lows of -4 degrees Celsius, especially in Artigas. So, if you ever visit, pack your sunscreen and a snow shovel. It's a climate roller coaster. And what about the wildlife? Uruguay is home to fascinating creatures like the margay and neotropical river otter. However, with all the human expansion, these little guys are facing some serious challenges. It's a reminder that while we're busy making our homes bigger, they're just trying to find a spot to hang out without us. Sorry, we're full sign. If you think Uruguay is a melting pot, you'd be right. The majority of its population descends from European settlers, especially from Spain and Italy. This heritage has shaped the local culture and language, giving rise to customs that are as colorful as a family gathering where everyone brings their favorite dish. Now, let's dive into the delicious side of Uruguay with the Chido. This popular sandwich is a towering delight of roast beef, veggies, Canadian bacon, and cheese. Basically everything that could make your taste buds dance the tango. It's the kind of sandwich that leaves you saying, I'll have what they're having. And let's not forget the beloved empanadas, a dish that's basically a warm hug for your stomach. Filled with just about anything you can imagine, these tasty pockets of joy are a staple throughout Latin America. They're a delicious reminder that sometimes comfort food is literally in the bag. Last but not least, let's tip our hats to some notable figures from Uruguay. Take former President José Alberto Pepe Mujica, a man so humble, he puts most of us to shame. And of course, we can't forget football superstar Diego Forlan. With the beach just a hop, skip, and a jump away, and a giant hand sculpture nearby. Yes, you heard that right. Visiting was as easy as pie, or should I say, as easy as carving a giant hand out of stone, which, now that I think about it, sounds pretty tough. As our traveler explored the area, they stumbled upon hotels that were practically waving at them to come and stay for a while. With such cozy options, it sounded like an ideal spot for an extended vacation. I mean, who could resist? It's like a buffet where you can pick your own vacation. Punta del Este is not just a pit stop, it's like the all-you-can-eat section of travel. Oh, and here's a pro tip for all you future explorers. When snapping pics of that giant hand, try capturing those intricate fingernails from the back. You'll capture details most people miss. And best of all, you'll dodge the crowds like a ninja. Just imagine, everyone's in a selfie pose while you're over there admiring the craftsmanship of a concrete pinky nail. Now, let's talk weather. If you visit during August and September, you're in for a treat. Pleasant and comfortable, like a hug from a fluffy bear. I mean, compared to cooler regions, it's practically beach weather. Just don't forget your sunscreen, unless you want to resemble a lobster by the end of your trip. Nobody wants that. After all that exploring, nothing says I'm on vacation, quite like indulging in some local treats. Picture this: donuts filled with caramel, oozing sweetness, making every bite feel like a fairy tale. They're so delightful. You might just want to hug them. These snacks are basically ice cream's squishier cousin, and they really know how to treat you right. Punta del Este is a gem, radiating a vibe that reminds you of Florida. Warm and inviting, a true tourist haven. The speaker can hardly contain their newfound appreciation for this place. It's like finding a hidden treasure in your backyard. Who knew it could be so delightful, right? Hey, fellow adventurers. If you're thinking about exploring Punta del Este, hop on that bus from Montevideo. It's like a roller coaster of fun. And why not stay the night? You'll want to soak in all the charm and beauty. It's basically a requirement. Plus, there's nothing like waking up to the sound of the waves. It's the ultimate alarm clock. The cleanliness of Punta del Este and the locals who greet you with warm smiles are like the cherry on top of an already delicious sundae. It definitely makes for a positive experience. Hey there, family. Let's talk about gratitude. You know, that magical word that makes hearts grow fonder and your Aunt Karen's potato salad taste a bit less questionable. Expressing thankfulness not only enhances our relationships, but also sprinkles a little positivity everywhere we go. When we acknowledge what others do, it's like giving them a high five through the universe, encouraging more teamwork, and spreading goodwill faster than a cat video goes viral. Now, speaking of spreading good vibes, let's not underestimate the power of music. That's right, folks, whether it's a heartfelt ballad or a jaunty jingle, music can turn our thanks into a symphony. Seriously, nothing says I appreciate you quite like serenading your family with your off-key rendition of "Thank you for being a friend." Music elevates our gratitude, wrapping it in a warm, fuzzy blanket that makes it even more impactful. And here's a little secret. Keeping those thank yous coming doesn't just make you the nice person in the family, it actually solidifies those connections. Kind of like adding glue to a family scrapbook, right? Regularly acknowledging others makes bonds stronger than Aunt Edna's secret chili recipe. It creates a sense of community that can turn our chaotic family gatherings into a festival of love, laughter, and maybe just a little bit of competitive karaoke. You know what they say, music is the universal language. It not only tickles our ears, but also jazzes up the whole mood of the video, making it more relatable and downright enjoyable, kind of like a warm hug from your favorite grandma. Who wouldn't want to dive into some lighthearted fun while grooving along, right? And let's not forget about laughter. It's like the cherry on top of a delicious sundae. You see, humor is key here, playing a significant role in how we connect with each other. It's as if the laughter makes us all best friends, sharing inside jokes that even our cats would find amusing. So, combining this delightful music with hearty chuckles creates a casual vibe that's as welcoming as a cozy living room on a rainy day. This friendly approach is perfect for attracting a whole mix of viewers. After all, who wouldn't want to join in on some family-friendly fun? Imagine this, music wafting through the air, wrapping around you like a cozy blanket on a chilly day. The use of music in this video serves up an immersive experience that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It's like a musical hug, allowing everyone to connect emotionally with the content, ramping up engagement and enjoyment to a whole new level. Now, if you think that's a good mix, hold on to your hats. The video showcases a delightful parade of musical styles, each adding its own special spice to the atmosphere. It's like a buffet of sound, keeping the audience constantly intrigued.